Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we've got something woo! Okay, today I'm gonna be making my coconut chicken tenders recipe. I even linked the recipe on Instagram, but you guys still wanted a video for it, so I said, okay, I can do that. This recipe is adapted from wholesomeyum.com. I'll link the recipe down below. I have just like a couple tweaks that I make to it, but I'm also adding the honey mustard sauce recipe in here, which is very, very easy. Everything is sugar-free, but this is a very keto-friendly recipe if you guys were wondering. So that's what we're gonna be making today. This is so good. John loves it. I love it. You're gonna love it. Something that I feel makes a big difference when you're making this is the pan that you do it in. So instead of doing it on like a cookie sheet or something, you want something that's gonna separate it from the pan. So I have this wire rack inside here. And it just helps to get it like crispy all over, so that way it's not like, you know, getting soggy on one side. It just evenly crisps. You're gonna wanna coat the wire rack in a little bit of spray. I'm using coconut oil. This comes out in a jet stream only. All right, we're having June's preheat the oven back there behind the camera to 400 degrees.
Centigrade?
No, that's like a lot of heat. So we got 2 eggs in here, and you just wanna whisk them, beat them. Beat the shit out of them. Next step is coconut flour. This is the kind that I buy, the Bob's Red Mill. I buy the same brand for almond flour too. The recipe says 1/4 cup. I've noticed every single time that I made it, I haven't used all the flour, and this stuff is expensive, so I do like a little bit less than 1/4 cup. Just a little bit less. Waste not. And next we need the coconut. This is unsweetened coconut. You wanna make sure, well, you don't have to use unsweetened, but for this recipe I'm using unsweetened shredded coconut. The first time I made this, I did use like the flaky coconut because it's all we had, and I really, really wanted to try it, and it was horrible. I think it was kind like the coconut was kind of old too. You know how it kind of dries out, and it was just like, it was just not it, is really what I'm trying to say. It was just not it. So I highly recommend using shredded coconut. So we're gonna need 1 cup of this. And sometimes I use less than that, but I feel like more often than not, I end up using a little bit more depending on how much chicken I have. So a cup is like a good starting point. All right, so in there, I'm just gonna add some salt, a little bit of pepper, not a lot. I don't like pepper. The only thing I like pepper on is like Alfredo pasta. That's pretty much it.
You have that pretty often, huh?
I can't tell you the last time I had that. Then you need 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Our 1/4 teaspoon has gone MIA, so I have 1/8. So then we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of regular paprika and then 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Sometimes I don't even know if it changes the flavor that much. I feel like you have to add a lot, but it does add good color. And then I feel like this makes it really good, especially when you pair it with the honey mustard. I like to add cayenne pepper. It gives it a little kick. You know, I like a little kick in the pants, like just a little, ooh. And I feel like this has a really good flavor. So I do 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne as well. You guys, and that's pretty much it. Can you believe that? So I'm just gonna stir up the coconut flakes with my tiny teaspoon. So I just buy like the chicken breast tenders, so they're in little strips. I feel weird just showing a strip of chicken. So this is like the cut that I like to use. I feel like you can eat it like a chicken nugget if you want, or you can still cut it up. You can do like the thin sliced breast if you want like a little bit more coconut to chicken ratio, but I feel like this is like a good ratio. In the recipe, it does say to like pound it out so that way they're the same thickness, but I feel like these are all pretty similar. Also put a little bit of salt on the chicken before we start the process. All right, so now we're gonna start taking, let's see, which hand do I use for this? This is my dry hand, this is my egg hand, okay? So you take a tendy, dredge, you gotta use the word dredge. Dredge it in the coconut flour, transfer it to the egg mixture, and then put it in the coconut, and then go back to this hand and then sprinkle the coconut on top. Pat it on here, and bam, look at this. Tell me you wouldn't eat that right now.
Don't eat it right now, though.
Don't eat it right now. So I love doing cooking videos because I get to eat after, and I'm always so hungry after I film. But tonight we're going to, Desi and I are going to the J Kissa Elf event. I'm so happy for her, like, and seeing her collection. It's so her, you know, which makes me love it even more. She's just like one of the coolest, sweetest, most genuine people that you'll ever meet. I'm really happy for her. Can't wait to go see her tonight. Have fun. Definitely won't be drinking tonight.
What?
Bitch, I'm done. I'm so done drinking. If I do get like really lit like in a week though, I don't want people to bring this conversation against me. Okay, so this is one of those times the pieces of chicken are a lot smaller than the last time I made it. So I am already out of coconut flour and I have 3 more tendies left. So I'm going to re-up a little bit, just sprinkle a little bit more in there. And also coconut flakes. I need more coconut flakes. I like to really pack them on there though. Like I want it to be like coconut with a side of chicken, you know? What I do with the extra coconut is I just might as well add a little bit on here. I don't know if it'll stick, but you know, might as well try. All right, this is what they look like before they go in the oven. All the white coconut is from the stuff that I just threw on there, but that's what it looks like. But we're gonna put this in the oven for 20 minutes and then flip it halfway through. This next step, let me just tell you, this honey mustard. So the reason I wanted to add a honey mustard was 1, I wanted like more fat with it, right? 2, I just have to tell you guys, I know you like when I do this too, John. My thing back in the day was like McDonald's chicken nuggets with honey mustard. Like I wasn't really a barbecue sauce person. I know that's like kind of the thing, but oh my God, honey mustard with chicken nuggets, and I would dip my French fries in it too. And I missed that a lot. So then I made this and I was like, okay, this is that shit right here. So it's really, really easy. It's a lot of mayo. Anyway, this makes quite a bit more than you need for the chicken tenders, in my opinion. But you can also use it like, you know, if you wanna, John puts it on his salad, his greens. All right, so this is a 1/2 cup of mayo. I'm currently using the Best Foods one, but if you're looking for like a good organic mayo, I really like the one from the Ojai Cook. 2 tablespoons of regular mustard. And then a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, because we're fancy. This recipe is from thelittlepine.com. And then to get the sweet part, like the honey flavor, this is stevia, liquid stevia. A lot of people say things about stevia, like it has a weird aftertaste, or I don't put it in anything besides this. I never use stevia. Like I don't use it in my coffee or anything, but I guess some people really don't like it. So it says to use 15 drops, but this also comes out in a jet stream. So I kind of do 2. And then 1/2 tablespoon of lemon juice. And if you think I'm about to squeeze a lemon into a tablespoon, you're crazy. So I just kind of eyeball it. So then you just mix it up. My mom was saying too, because it's like honey mustard. She was like, oh, you could use the erythritol. There's like a brown sugar erythritol, which is a really popular sugar substitute. That's one that we use most of the time. And she's like, yeah, you could like melt it down. And I was like, Mom, why are you trying to make this more difficult right now? You wanna try it? I mean, it kind of weirds me out eating it by itself. It's so much mayo. All right, so we're gonna set this aside. It's time to flip the chicken. Be very gentle so you don't, you know, get rid of all the coconut that you put on here. Flipping it helps to make it get crispy all over instead of just on one side. All right, now back in the oven for 10 more minutes. So now I like to make just a little side of greens, and usually I just drizzle avocado oil on top of it, but today I'm gonna mix it up for you guys. So these are the greens that I really like. Spinach, mizuna, chard, and kale is my favorite type of mix. So I'm just gonna take a few handfuls. That's for me, and then this is for John. I just take some avocado oil. I go through so much of this. And I'll do, let's see if I have enough. Looks like I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon on here. Dash of salt. So since we're having like honey mustard, it's got a little bit of lemon in there. I'm just gonna put a little bit of lemon on the greens. When I do like the taco chicken, I do the same thing, but I use lime instead of lemon. And then most of the time I use red wine vinegar as my favorite. It's so good. So then you just toss this up. Hey Siri, can you set a timer for 7 minutes, please?
Okay, 7 minutes and counting.
You are the best. It's the only thing that Siri's ever done for me, but it's okay. So that's ready. Honey mustard's ready. We've got a few more minutes on our chicken, and then we'll plate everything up. All right, guys, so here's what it looks like after you take it out of the oven. Ooh, golden, crispy. You smell it? This is John's plate, so here we go. 4 leaves.
Slow it
Does
down.
it? Does that ever get old? Oh, less?
No, that's good. I'm kidding, dude.
Okay.
Come on, man.
All right, then we got mine. I like to load up on a lot of greens. Sometimes I'll do like a side of veggies, but this is like typically how I do it. Oh, this is a good looking tendy right here. Got our little tendy. Dip it in the honey mustard. You guys, this is like one of my favorite things to cook right now. It's so easy, it's so tasty. If you guys recreate this, make sure you send me a pic of it, tweet it to me. I wanna know what you guys think. So that wraps up today's coconut chicken tenders recipe. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. Do I have any kale in my teeth? You'd think you'd learn to shut up every once in a while.
Who said it?
Oh, they said it. Ugh. Don't you dare fall off. Do you know what I mean? Tiny wooden spoon? Check. Siri, shut the hell up.
Ladies, am I right?
Ladies.
Action.
I'm kind of on the phone right now. Sometimes you do things where I'm just like, was he thinking at all? Do you think anybody has matching pot holders?
No, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, right? Whoa! Siri, shut your mouth.